Hello and welcome to episode 25 of Ryan and Robin Wrexham, where today we are playing against Manchester City, who are in second place in the Premier League, and against West Brom in the FA Cup third round away from home. Now, you may have noticed we're still sitting in the top four, and we've actually got quite a nice cushion here. We are 7 points clear with a game in hand, admittedly, against City, so we're probably not going to win. Over Chelsea, Villa, Brighton, and then a lot of other teams. It's all quite close from 5th down to, 12th really. And then there's quite a big jump to 4th where we are, and then a small jump to Arsenal, City, and Liverpool. It's been a phenomenal season so far. And if you have a look at the league table, you may have noticed, or you may notice now, so our goal difference, we're doing pretty well, we're 5th. But goals for, we are 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th. We've only scored 31 goals in 24 games. There was a point the last time I looked where we were 17th for goals scored and we were still in the top 4. That is because defensively we are absolutely brilliant. We are actually the best defensive team in the league, even better than Liverpool, who are in first place. And we've only conceded 16 goals in 24 games, so that's because really we've had a lot of narrow wins, but we've just kept teams so quiet that it's not really been an issue that we haven't scored a whole lot. It would be nice to score a bit more. I don't know whether that would be at the expense of defence, but it's really good that we've done so well defensively, and certainly promising for our hopes of staying in the top 4, which before the season I was happy just to avoid going down. Now we're in absolute dreamland. Hopefully we don't get carried away, but 14 games left, 7 points clear. That's a very good position to be in. If you have a quick look now at our I just wanted to sort of highlight Toby Savin, he's just turning into an absolutely brilliant goalkeeper. Supposedly his best position or role is now sweeper keeper. I'm playing him as a goalkeeper rather than that. But if we have a look at his stats here, he has actually got he's basically saved, I think it's 81 out of 96 shots at him. So he's averaging, he's got a save percentage of over 84%, which is probably, I think that's probably the best in the world for the top 5 leagues at least. I suppose he's only a decent Premier League player, but he's just absolutely brilliant. What a guy. Fair play to him. He's done a really, really good job, and hopefully that continues for the rest of the season. The good news is actually we're playing City without Edison, so I'm not sure who their backup goalkeeper is. It is Gavin Bazunu, good player in real life. Looks hard to say, but looks good enough on here. Although he has conceded 16 goals in 9 games, which isn't brilliant. So hopefully we can score a couple past him today. But before we go into the game, we'll just have a look, because we've now passed the January transfer window. We did manage to make some signings. So we actually sold a couple of players. We sold Ted and Mengi for 10 million, Tashan Oakley Booth for 3 million, and then Franco Barra for 4.8 million. That also gave us a little bit in the wage budget, not a whole lot, but we have made a couple of signings. So we signed Christy Trago from Bristol City. He actually scored on his debut against Chelsea, and just played really well throughout, to be honest. He's been brought in to play as a deep-lying playmaker, but I'm slightly wary of sort of changing the roles in the team. And so probably Bo will be our first choice defensive midfielder for now, and we might try Trago there a bit more next season. His first game was played as a box-to-box midfielder. It's not really suited to his dribbling and finishing, but he played very well, and he has a lot of potential to grow. Whether he'll achieve it, I don't know. He's Championship standard with the potential to be Premier League standard, and he's valued at 30 to 40 million. Our other signing was Lewis Alsop, a left-footed centre-back, so same as Brett Powell and Lucas Noche, which is not ideal. And I do want to sort of have Brett Powell as a long-term option, but thankfully he has a reasonable right foot, so he can play on the right, and that's where my assistant manager is suggesting him. So I think it'll be fine to have him there. He's not the tallest centre back, but a decent enough height. Very good decisions, and yeah, so he's going to be a good option. He's not the best ball-playing centre back. In fact, looking at his technicals, they're pretty awful outside of heading, marking, and tackling. But it's these mentals and physicals that he's pretty strong in. And he is a Premier League standard player who could improve a lot. And you may wonder how I signed them. Both of them have a fair bit in terms of instalments. Basically, I'm barely paying any money up front for certainly Allsop. And I think Traeger actually might have only been 2.5 million up front. He did have a £14 million release clause, which when I first bid in the window, they wanted all of that. But thankfully, we managed to turn that around and get him on a pretty good deal, to be honest. Today's lineup then sees Savin, of course, in goal. Why would we change him out when he's absolutely brilliant this season? Lewis Allsop plays in the centre defence with Brett Powell. Christian Bow, although he's a little bit tired, starts at defensive midfield. None of our other options for defensive midfield are any fitter, so thought I'd go for him over Traeger, and I can always bring on Traeger if we're doing okay, and I feel comfortable doing so. Kuzmanovic is playing as a box-to-box today because Galbraith is just coming back from injury. He should be fine to play 60 minutes worth, so we'll probably use him as a sub today at some point, or Traeger could also come on if need be. But I thought I'd go for the player who was the only one in that position who was fully fit and in perfect condition. Garnacho and Dont start on the right and left respectively, with Luke Hayward up front. Let's hope that we can at least get a draw here. I just don't want to sort of ruin the morale with anything less than a draw. We've been so good this season that it would be a shame to drop out at this stage. Slightly concerned by the fact that Allsop and Powell are both nervous at the back, perhaps because I don't think I've played them together before, because Allsop only joined recently. I'm hoping that won't come back to bite me, but Lucas Noche is not available to us at all for this game because he's ineligible, and Katanic is tired. And that is a chance for a counter from City. Adeyemi, very fast player. This is dangerous. Thankfully, Warburton's there to step in. It was tackled off him, but thankfully only broke to Powell. Now Garnacho. White tries to cross it in, but is blocked, and now Hernandez able to counter. Adeyemi's gone past his men, and thankfully scoops a shot miles wide. Not the greatest strike from Adeyemi. Not gonna lie, I can't imagine Man City ever playing a 4-4-2 like that. It's an odd decision. I'm assuming Pep's not there anymore, because that is not a Pep formation by any stretch. Again, it does look as though we are controlling possession quite well. Garnacho, oh, it's a poor touch. What happened there? I've got no idea what happened. That was unlucky. I mean, I say we were on top, but actually it looks like City are the ones creating the shots. Although I'm hoping that the fact that there's not many of them on target for them is just a sign that they're doing it from long range. Bow rather tired, which is not ideal. Lots of nervous players. I suspect it might be worth getting Bow off given his tiredness, and we'll get Galbraith on. And also removes a player who's nervous, which is another good sign. Hernandez. Oh, it's blocked out, and now Garnacho. Brilliant pass into Hayward. Oh, just wide. That was unlucky. That was almost an absolutely brilliant goal. Looks like even Dont's quite tired as well, so we will get him off. And I think it'll be Alex Lorenzo coming on. Only 2-star now. Perhaps we'll get Garnacho on the left and Hansen Aaron on the right. And hope that Anton Aaron's pace will help us out. The other substitution I'll make, lots of them happening quite early, will be Simon Evans, I think, coming on for Stanijevic, who really isn't doing well mentally in this game. A few tired legs now. White, Powell and Garnacho all on red hearts. But we are still holding on. I suspect there might be a couple who go down to a very low red heart by the end of the game. Not quite sure what Kimmich was trying from that throw-in, but he did get the 1-2 from Garnacho, and Foden's in behind. Oh, that's brilliant from Foden. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's what a big team like City can do to you. One moment, really good pass from Kimmich after a stupid throw-in from him, and Foden chips it home brilliantly. And we'll go very attacking, but I don't think it will make much of a difference at this point. Oh, well, that's unlucky. We lost 1-0. But, we were very, very close to getting a point against City. And we're still 7 points clear, so you can't complain too much. I suppose that draws us level in first place now, 4 goals conceded. But we're still doing pretty well defensively. Anyway, let's head into the West Brom game. It's almost all changed for this game, as only Savin and Kuzmanovic keep their places, although even Kuzmanovic has moved position from centre midfield to right back for this game. That means Katanic, Noche and Rebchuk come back in. Hansen Aaron on the right with Lorenzo on the left. Simon Evans plays with Victor Hugo ahead of Galbraith. And then Cole Whelan, hopefully, will score, because he has not scored very much this season, if at all. I don't remember him. Oh, no, he did score a couple of times at the start of the season. But on the whole, he's not been brilliant this season. Hopefully that all changes today with a 5-goal performance from him. Wouldn't hold my breath out, though. That is definitely not a phrase, but, we move. Simon Evans gets his 3rd goal of the season with an assist from his midfield partner in Victor Hugo, who has actually started to do some good stuff for us. He's probably our last choice midfielder, but he's not completely useless, which is what we aim for in our players. Poor defending, and thankfully Dyke's shot is saved by Savin. And suddenly all our ratings went up a lot. I'm not quite sure what caused that. Well, we are in the lead, but that poor bit of defensive play does suggest that we need to keep concentration a bit better. It's by no means a done thing yet. We're only 1 goal up, less than half an hour on the clock, and West Brom, while not dangerous compared to most Premier League sides, it's the magic of the cup. Any team can beat anyone. And both our centre-backs misjudging that kick from the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper is just another sign of, the dangers of switching off. Thankfully, Daryl Dyke, again, messing up with the finish. That was more of a gilt-edged chance than the first one, and that was very poor from him. But just as well for us, because that was, very, very dangerous. Kuzmanovic finds the goal scorer Evans. Lorenzo can't be picked out from that cross, and it's broken out to Rebchuk, who now might have a chance to cross it in. He's held up briefly. That's a really nice bit of play, though, from Victor Hugo. Almost found Lorenzo. Would have been impressive if he had, but he started this game really well. As we approach half-time, we do have a corner. I suspect nothing will come of it because it's not the first chance that we saw. Ooh, almost. A bit of unorthodox defending, to be honest, there. Chesting it back to his keeper like that, or passing it back. I'm not quite sure how he did it, but thankfully, or not thankfully, they were able to clear it out. We are controlling the game, but it's not been our greatest performance, to be honest. I wonder if the fact that we have Cole Whelan up front does impact that, but I don't want to be too harsh on him. He's done great things for this club. Hopefully he can find his way back, but it's looking a bit long out there for him. Yeah, that's not a good pass. Daryl Dyke wins the header, but Rebchuk is there to sweep up. Finds Lorenzo. Rebchuk beats his man well. Crosses in for Whelan. Oh, come on, man. I'm trying so hard to root for you. You're making it difficult. Not even on target. Deary me. He's approaching 20 hours without scoring. It's not good. Not good at all. Certainly not for a central striker. Oh, Daryl Dyke that time going for the audacious chip. Just as well for us that he didn't succeed. I think it's time to make a couple of substitutions. Who should we get on? We can get on Callum White for Kuzmanovic. And doesn't look like Lorenzo's doing very well. But I don't know if I can be bothered to substitute anyone else, to be honest. Oh, Cole, that was your chance. Deary me. Putting it on a plate for him, and he's not even threatening the goal. Christian Bow can come in to the defensive midfield position, and I think we'll get Hansen Aaron off, maybe. There's no one else that I'm like, we definitely need to get them on. Perhaps we'll get Dont on the right, see what he can do, or even better, put him on the left, switch Lorenzo to the right, so we can get an extra half star. I have to say it is a bit sad to see Lorenzo lose that half star. I thought he'd done quite well this season, so Colm, come on. Oh, Colm, you moron. Come on, lad. Score, please. If you can't do it again against a championship team, there's no hope for you in the Premier League. Broken out to Bow, who sensibly just ensures we keep hold of the ball at this stage. Dont's pass can't find Whelan. Noche there to collect that long hoofed clearance. Dont's in behind and puts it home. Good assist from Simon Evans, but a good finish and a bit of play from Dont. And that is that. We are through to the next round. I was kind of hoping for a square pass across to Whelan, but, clearly he didn't trust him. And, if he scores, I've got no issue with him going for the shot. So that is that. We are still in a great position in the league. We are through to the FA Cup 5th round. And we have a Carabao Cup final coming up in the next episode. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time. But in the meantime, have a great day.